Hello there, Michaelers. Pearl Jr. here. Well, California time, just about 11 minutes ago, the TMZ special documentary, what exactly was it called? It was called, let's see, TMZ investigates who really killed Michael Jackson, right? It's free live stream, how to watch online without cable. Well, there's some kind of way to do that. But anyway, so I watched it. It was on my regular TV channel 11. So it was, you don't even need to have cable. You just need to have a regular television broadcast signal and you can watch it. So anyway, before I get started with that, there's this article, New York Magazine, that I'm going to show you. And here it is here. New York Magazine, the article came out today, which is the 6th. And Michael Jackson's family stunned by ex-wife Debbie Rowe's drug confession. Now, I don't know who this unnamed source is, but I don't think they know what they're talking about. They're saying Catherine is very upset. She and her aides cannot understand why Debbie has decided after all these years to break her silence on that part of her life. The insider added, I don't know who that is, the feeling always was that Debbie was there to help Michael as his nurse. Debbie Rowe is not a nurse, never was a nurse, okay? She had 6 months EMT training. Now her comments have made some of them look at her in a different manner. Okay, the Post has reached out to reps for Michael Jackson's estate for comments. They haven't gotten none, but maybe tomorrow. For years, Rowe worked as an assistant to Dr. Klein, a dermatologist, who was known by treating a bevy of Hollywood stars, including Liz Taylor. Rowe first met Jackson in the mid-1990s, I thought it was in the 80s, at Klein's office where he was being treated for vitiligo. Klein reportedly prescribed numerous patient private drugs, powerful drugs. Rowe lifts the lid on her relationship with the doctor in the new documentary, saying, there were times he would write prescriptions for things that had nothing to do with what we were treating the patients for. Debbie also goes on and cries and says it was her fault and she's just as guilty and she participated. You're damn right she did. And she admitted that at the Catherine versus AEG live trial. I was in the courtroom when she was testifying under oath. Catherine was there too. And she said, I can't quote because I don't have the transcripts, but I'm a pretty good listener. She said that she purposely watched Klein and Dr. Hoffman compete for Michael's admiration, because they kept saying, no, I got more powerful drugs, Michael. No, I got more powerful drugs. No, I do. Hoffman, I believe, as far as the documentary, Hoffman was the doctor when Michael first got burned in 1984. Okay? The Pepsi burn. And even in the documentary, the TMZ documentary, they said everything changed January 27th, 1984. Which, yeah, it did. Okay? And what changed was that that was the downward spiral of Michael's life. So if you take his birthday, which is August 29th, 1958, and you go to June 25th, 2009, the exact middle date is the Pepsi burn date, the Pepsi commercial burn date. Okay? TMZ doesn't know this because TMZ doesn't know the other side of the story, right? Michael was 25 years old, exact middle day of his life. So Michael, that's not on coincidence. Michael did that on purpose. So, because he split his life in two, pre-burn, post-burn. And then he did segments of his life by what albums he was working on. Okay. Catherine knew that Debbie had said that, because right after she got, and that's why me and Debbie Rowe had a horrible 2-day Twitter battle in 2013. And if you look up the dates of the battle, it was the day that Debbie got off the stand, because yes, I reported Debbie Rowe to the medical board. When I left there, I cried in that courtroom. I cried in that courtroom when she was talking about how they purposely addicted Michael Jackson to drugs. And she was the one that went and got the prescriptions, and she got them filled, and she fed them to Michael Jackson. So that's why she's crying, and that's why she's admitting it, because she did that. She did it to him, and she did it to many others. And I don't care. Now you want to be sorry after people are dead, or you affected their life in such a horrible way, Debbie? Okay? I've been telling fans this for years, and people want to call me the bad guy. Okay? I knew that she had done that because she testified to it, and she's also the one that was responsible for who the kids' fathers were. Because she testified, she begged to give Michael kids. You know Michael's a drug addict, so why are you trying to give him kids? She begged to give him kids, okay? And he said no for 2 weeks, and I believe that she was withholding, she was feeding him placebos. And the only way that he can get his fix, which he was addicted, was to tell her yes. And I believe she's the one that picked the sperm donors. And Prince is a great, oh my God, the oldest Michael's kid. He's a great, just seems like a great person. And seems like he is just, happy inside and grateful with the life that he has. Okay? But he's Klein's kid. When I was showing pictures of Klein, you could just see it all through the pictures. Okay, Debbie? Okay, and Mark Lester's supposed to be Paris's, and Debbie said she was a surrogate, but I believe Debbie's biologically Paris's mother. Because she's the one that picked the sperm and did all the stuff. She's the one that did all that stuff. Okay? So, and I think she did it because she didn't want Michael to have black kids because they didn't want his money to go to black people. That's what I believe. Because why else was she trying to give him kids so bad? Why didn't she say, well, Michael, since you're black, maybe the kids should be black? Maybe I should get a black spawn donor? And you think Michael's going to say, man, let's not do that? Do you think he's really going to say that to her? Especially when Debbie Rowe, in our Twitter battle, said Michael didn't like black women. He didn't date black women. Okay, so she's got some racist stuff going on in her head. Or she wouldn't have said that to me. Okay? And then she said her kids are Oreos. What? Your kids aren't Oreos. Oreos are black on the outside and white on the inside. Debbie didn't even know what an Oreo is. Black people call people Oreos when they're black people who really look out for the best interests of white people. We call them Uncle Tom sellouts. That's what an Oreo is. Paris and Prince are nowhere near Oreos. Okay, that was Debbie's words, not mine. Okay? Oreos are black. Should I show you a picture of the Oreo cookie? They're black on the outside. White on the inside. Michael's kids aren't black, period. Okay? Debbie Rowe did that. Okay? So I don't like Debbie Rowe. And for her sorrow and her tears right now, she should be in jail. She should be in jail for what she did. And I did call the medical board to report on her. I did. Because I'm not just going to... And I confronted her directly instead of just talking to other people. I went directly to her. And I told her pretty much what she was crying about today. That it was your fault. You sat there and you participated and you watched it and you never stopped it. So if anybody has that Twitter, you'll see that that's what I was complaining about to her. And she didn't like it. Okay, and now she's admitting it because she has cancer. At least she had cancer, but she looks so thin. She was supposed to be in remission. She looks pretty bad for someone 63 years old. She looks pretty bad. Because she's harboring that guilt now for what she did. Anyway, we're going to get to the documentary. Most of it was true, except that dead body wasn't Michael's. And Conrad Murray said it at the end, Michael Jackson killed Michael Jackson. You're doggone right he did. Okay? Michael was a drug addict. He admitted that. Yes, he was. Michael had problems with drugs. All this stuff is so freaking true. Dr. Klein and the medications. I was even at one of the, when they showed the footage of Dr. Klein, Michael coming out of Klein's, I even went there one time. Okay? And there's some TMZ video where you can see my hand in it, you know, somewhere. Okay? But I went there too. Michael did. Okay? Now, the reason why I know the dead body's not Michael's, because where's all that doggone Demerol? I mean, yeah, where's the Demerol in the body? There wasn't none, right? So in the blood, it lasts up to 2-3 days. So the last injection, they said, was on the 22nd or the 23rd. Okay, and but it handles in the hair for 90 days. And Latoya supposedly went and got a hair sample, but we never got the results. I'm working on something, guys, because oh my God. Okay, let's get to the TMZ. All right. They said that Michael Jackson was dead at the house. That body was dead at the house, and that whole coma thing was to make you think the body was once alive. That body was dead. Okay? And Murray made them take it to UCLA. Okay, so that they can continue trying to do the resuscitation, which is a part of the cryonic body contract. That when you get a antidote or something that could revive a dead body, right, for science, which was the flumenzenil for propofol, okay, and benzodiazepines, right? That's what they shot the body with. That's what Murray shot the body with. Watch A Prisoner of Fame. That's what he used. And then the EMTs came and did their whole thing. And they said the body looked like an old cancer hospice patient, but we know that's not true. We see Michael months before coming from Klein's office. He looked rather young. The pictures looked rather young. The fake death photos, Michael looks very young. And we have Conrad Murray saying when he came out from the bathroom, the body looked differently. Okay, when he said it wasn't the same body that he saw. That's what Murray said on Dr. Oz. Then we have one of the police officers, not Orlando Martinez, but Dan Myers saying, Dan Myers saying that the body looked nothing like Michael Jackson. Okay, and then I have some more statements from other people who said the body didn't look like Michael Jackson. That's the whole part that they missed, and they don't know the other side of the story. All right, so they didn't get, when they played the verdict of Conrad Murray, they didn't play the alleged victim, alleged date thing. They didn't play that part, okay? Ed Winter is a liar, because Ed Winter said he named and identified the dead body by a driver's license. But Michael's driver's licenses are in the name of Michael Joe Jackson, and he said he sends all driver's licenses back to the California Sacramento Department of Motor Vehicles. I contacted them, they don't have it. Now we find out that Jeffrey has the driver's license, and now the estate has it. So Ed Winter did not identify that body properly. He assumed that dead body was Michael Jackson's because it came from the Carrollwood house. And the family was around, and Michael set the stage, set the illusion up. Because Michael studied illusions by the best magicians in the world. The best magicians in the world. So Michael set that stage perfectly. Because magic is about distractions and having you look over here when all the stuff is going on over here. Okay? So TMZ is looking in the wrong direction. Michael faked his death. And I proved it, but I want to prove it to the world. And one day I'm going to get my opportunity. Okay? Demanded. They said Michael demanded propofol. He demanded it. He had his own stash of propofol. Yeah, he did. Because we know that he went to a cryonics facility with Uri Geller, and they probably told him propofol is going to be in the body because they use it in cryonic freezing. So when they do the autopsy, they're going to find a whole bunch of propofol, Michael. So you got to, play up this whole propofol. Okay? Michael says he couldn't sleep. I'm sure we all have bouts with insomnia. All of us do. But Michael hadn't toured in years. What was he doing before he was rehearsing for This Is It? How was he getting to sleep? All of a sudden now he needs Dr. Murray, and Dr. Murray, none of the little pieces of tape, the hanging tabs, none of those were pulled on any of the propofol bottles. So they forgot to do that. Murray never gave Michael propofol, and Murray did go through hell because he agreed to do this, and it was harder than he thought. But he still says he supports Michael. He ain't mad at him. Okay? So, yeah, so that's why Michael was demanding the propofol, the milk. Okay? Because it was going to be in that dead body in high numbers. Okay? I was at Santa Monica when Murray got arraigned. I was there, so I don't know if I was in any of that footage. Oh, Nicole Alvarez, Conrad Murray's baby mama. Okay, I'm going to show you guys something. Conrad Murray's baby mama. Now, she was interviewed on the anniversary, the 3rd or 4th anniversary of the death announcement of Michael Jackson. And they asked what Murray was doing in jail. How's Murray getting along in jail? You know, they were asking her that. And she says, oh, he just goes in fantasies and he reads the books. Well, what book does he read? The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo? Well, that's a movie about somebody thought to be dead but is really alive, and that's the only movie she mentions. I'm just saying, okay? Where is that? Let me see if I can find it for you guys real quick. Where is Nicole Alvarez? Oh gosh, Nicole Alvarez. You know what I'll do? I'll put the link in, if I can't find it within a few seconds, I will put the link in the comment, in the description, guys. Okay, because I'm looking for it right now, and it should be right around here. Nicole Alvarez. Well, how's Murray doing in jail? Oh, he's doing fine. He's reading books. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Okay, well, I don't know where it is, but I have it somewhere. Okay, let me Control F. Let me Control F and see. Alvarez. Nope. Girl. Let me see. Dragon. Nope. And then Paris was doing Dragon Tattoo. Oh, here it is right here. I found it. Okay, I'm going to play a little bit of it for you guys. Okay. So let me move this. Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Okay. So here we go. So this was on the 2012 TMZ. I can't believe the actress Nicole Alvarez mentions this book of all books.
I want to ask you, tomorrow's the 3rd year anniversary of Michael's death. Is Dr. Murray aware of that, and how does he feel about that?
Oh, I'm sure he's very, very aware, but I'm sure it's something that he thinks about every day. How he feels about it, I'm sure he's sad, and he misses his friends. We all miss him. We love him. We love Michael.
How has Dr. Murray been spending his days in jail?
Oh, he's reading, doing a lot of reading. He's able to transport himself to all these different places, like Sweden or Paris or Afghanistan. Through his reading, he gets so engraved, he's actually able to just actually go there instead of staying in such a rotten, horrible place.
Any books in particular? Do you know that he's read?
The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Believes that his great niece was dead, but found out that Harriet is still alive. I'm not done yet. What else I got on here? I say I'm not done yet. Oh, National Photo Group. Yeah, them. With the fake ambulance photo. With the fake ambulance photo. The makers of the fake ambulance photo. All right. All right. Okay. I don't make this stuff up. I just report it. And when she said that, I instantly looked up that book, the summary of the book. And boom, bam, there it was. Okay? Just saying. TMZ is looking in the wrong direction. Okay? They're looking in the wrong direction. Okay? Let's see. Pepsi, I got that. Hoffman. Now, Dr. Hoffman, it looks like Klein ended up winning their competition. And Klein is the one that stole Michael from Dr. Hoffman. Okay? That's what it seems like. Scars on the butt. They talked about all these scars on the butt. I don't remember a whole bunch of scars on the butt in the autopsy. Just saying. But a lot of marks everywhere. But when you're getting cryonically frozen, they stuff you with what you call a kind of an antifreeze that cools you off. So there's going to be a lot of marks. Somebody blaming Catherine. Catherine shouldn't have had Michael go on tour with the brothers. Why not? Why not? I hate when people want to separate Michael from his family. That annoys me. It annoys me a lot. Okay. Let's say reconstruction surgery, same time. Yeah. They kept going on in the TMZ thing about the reconstructive surgery. Yeah, and that's when Michael got addicted. It was after that. I don't know if he got addicted from 84 to 93. I'm not sure about that. I think Hoffman, was okay with monitoring Michael. It wasn't until Klein and the reconstructive surgery, when they had their competition, is when I believe Michael got addicted, because that's what Michael said. In the 93 I'm Not a Child Molester video, he said he had problems with addiction to prescription drugs. Yeah. Thanks, Liz, okay, for introducing or Liz and Klein, and I don't trust Liz either, okay, because she abandoned Michael at the 2005 trial. Yes, she did. She did not show up if Michael wanted her there. Okay, I'm just saying. I heard she changed her phone number on him. All right, and then after he was acquitted, coast is clear. Let me come out now and support him. I'm just saying, that's the truth. Okay, when lying, he was having issues when using jokes of, the video where Michael's in Mexico, another jurisdiction, and he says his name is Michael Joseph Jackson. They showed that deposition, and they showed how Michael was disoriented, that he was having all kinds of issues and all kinds of problems at that time. Okay? And Michael was lying. His name is not Michael Joseph Jackson, it's Michael Joe Jackson. I was at Klein. I was at Klein's. Why no Demerol in the system? I already went over that. More than 50. Ed Winter, the line corner, said that, I said it. I would love for you to come at me. Come at me, Ed. Come at me. Okay? Because you lied, and when I asked you for clarification, you continued to lie. Okay? Named and identified body with the driver's license, but every single solitary death documents in the wrong name of Michael Joseph Jackson, and his name is Michael Joe Jackson. I got 3 driver's licenses in the name of Michael Joe Jackson, including his first one, which was the application from the FBI file. Just letting you know. Okay? But anyway, he said that he thinks that Klein gave him more than 51 shots of Demerol. Okay? So Demerol should have been way in Michael's system because it was just so much. 300 milligrams or kilograms, I don't know, we don't know grams, the liter system in the USA like other people do. Carrie, who I met before, was Michael's security during the 2005 trial. And then I ran into Carrie when I was covering Barack Obama before he became president at an event. And Carrie wasn't, I think he was working for someone else. And we talked for a minute. And so this was around 2007 or 8. And he wasn't with Michael Jackson. So I think that their relationship working relationship ended when Michael was acquitted and he went and lived in Ireland and Bahrain. Okay, that's what I believe. I don't know. But Kerry, he's probably right. He went and picked up Klein, and Klein shot Michael up with something so bad that Michael was out of it. Okay, that was Klein. Dr. Klein was a bad guy. Okay, bad guy. Prescribing medication, but Debbie, she said she prescribed medications. She said that she prescribed medication, but you're not even an LVN can't. You a nurse. You're not even a nurse. You did 6 months EMT training, so how are you prescribing medications? Debbie did a lot of skanky stuff while she worked in that office. And she should be crying, because now I believe she's crying because she's sick now. And she knows, and what makes people realize is when they go through pain, then they can have clarity about some of their dirty deeds. She admitted it. I'm not saying nothing different. She admitted to it. Okay? Thank God, because I've been telling you guys this since 2013 that she did that. And I have been vindicated. I have been vindicated. Okay? And if you don't believe me, I'm not paying for the transcripts. I was there. I heard. If you guys want to read, pay for Debbie Rowe's transcripts at that Catherine versus AEG live trial. Okay? Let's see. She says she sucks as a human being. She's damn right she does. You damn Skippy, she does. Because she did that to Michael, and she did other stuff too. She's horrible. Just horrible. Okay? Yeah, I reported her to the medical board. Let's see. Oh, they showed the bottles of propofol. There's a plastic little thing. None of them were pulled. So how was they hanging the propofol every night, Michael? You forgot that one. You forgot that one, Michael. Okay. And the reason why I can figure this out, because I've been studying this for 13 years. And when you produce documentaries and you write books and you do videos and you keep notes and you post and you care, I genuinely care. It's important to me. I've loved Michael my whole life, since 1969. So I cared. When that death announcement came, I cried every single solitary day until Valentine's Day 2010. For 7 months, I cried every day. Every day. Every day. Without missing a day. And I kept notes about, fans would say, please check on Michael. We think he faked his death. I was like, come on, stop. He's dead. Leave him alone. He's gone. Get over it. Like people tell me, right? He wouldn't do that to his children. He wouldn't do that to his kids. Right? Until I had 2 notebooks full of notes. And then I read Is Elvis Alive book, and it was like Michael copied it, threw the book across the room. Couldn't believe it. And then with the comeback Michael Jackson and Michael Jackson comeback, Valentine's Day and June 25th, 2009, I was in. That's when I started writing Pseudocide. And I wrote Pseudocide from February, March, April, May, obsessively. I wrote that book 12 to 14 to 15 hours a day until sometimes I was writing so much, I'd look up and the sun would be coming up. Okay, so you guys get Pseudocide too. Oh, Peter Medani. Peter Medani on, oh shoot. I took a picture, I'll post it. I took a picture of all Michael's aliases, okay? And of course, it says Peter Medoni, but they showed the prescription bottle of Peter Medani, right? And that's why Peter Michael Bobby uses that name, because of the prescription bottles. Hold on. Medani bottle. Okay, Medani bottle is here. And they had that in there. Okay, because it's not a hard thing to find. Medani bottle. Okay, so they had his name in there. Okay, but they don't know. they're looking in one direction. They're spending 6 months, maybe 9 months investigating Michael. They don't know what I know. They're not as targeted as I am. Believe me, if I thought Michael was dead, I would have continued to tell you guys that Michael was dead. Okay, here we go. This is the prescription bottle that was in the, there, okay? That was in the documentary. I got it saved so many times, okay? There it is. That's our Peter, Michael, Bobby with the prescription bottles. Okay, another name, Josephine Baker. I wonder if Michael was throwing me a little wink wink. Okay, because if you look up Josephine Baker, which was one of the names, and you know, guys, she was a beautiful, sexy, talented singer, dancer back in the 40s. Josephine Baker. Josephine Baker. Oh, hold on. She had a nickname, and it was Pearl. I'm just saying. She was called the Black Pearl. Josephine Baker, the Black Pearl. So I was wondering if Michael was sending me a little wink wink. See? The Black Pearl, Josephine Baker. Photos of a young Josephine Baker in the 1920s. Josephine Baker, the Black Pearl. That was her nickname. That was her nickname. Author of The Black Pearl, a tribute to Josephine Baker. Yeah, so she was, and then when I found that, I was like, Michael sending me wink, wink, nod, nods about the Josephine Baker, because you got to remember, Michael knew of me and what I did for him since the 2005 trial, right? And I signed the distribution deal that me and his father talked about, him buying it 7 weeks before the death announcement, right? And found out that the address to the Michael Jackson Company ended up being the same address as my distributor. I'm just telling you. Okay, let me put let me look that up. I'm just telling you guys. Most of you guys know this stuff. But address Michael Jackson Company. Oh, address distributor. Hold on. Distributor. You know, those of you who have watched the documentary, you can't remember everything, okay? You can't remember everything. Let's see. Distributor. Address distributor. Let's see if I can look that up. Working on it. Here it is right here. Here it is. Okay. So Michael really appreciated me because I was the only person in the world that did a documentary about his innocence, right? So here we go. There it is. Rock City Entertainment. And he had a company with Barry Gordy's son. Michael and Jack Wishna had Rock City as one of their company names. I'm just saying. Elbow Grease Productions. This is the back of my DVD, okay? All rights reserved, 1875 Century Park East, Suite 1000. That is the conference room. Anybody that has pays for a suite in that office building, they get to use the conference room at any time. All right, here's the Michael Jackson Company, 1875 Century Park East, Suite 600, 90067, 90067. I was a part of the death hoax planning because when word came that Michael Jackson faked his death, he needed something on the market that says that he was not a pedophile so that the love could flow freely. It can flow freely instead of you going, ooh, but he was a pedophile. Ooh, can I like him? I'm not supposed to like him. I'm not supposed to be sad. But my documentary got distributed to 50 million homes by Warner Brothers. I'm just telling you guys, 7 weeks before, even though Joe started calling me in like 2006 about it, okay, I'm just saying, I'm just telling you guys, okay. Under the alias names, the first alias name listed was Michael Joseph Jackson. Did you guys catch that? On the alias names? Because they listed all 19. Okay, I'm going to post it underneath, okay? I'm going to post it underneath. Oh, guys, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, man. because this is a video. Okay, the next video I'll post it. But the first name on the alias list in the documentary was Michael Joseph Jackson, because that is an alias name. And TMZ knows it, because TMZ had admitted, and I showed you guys a video in the last one where TMZ says, yes, we know his real name is Michael Joe Jackson. Just saying. Okay, they said there was 22 medications found at the house. Well, Michael had to make sure he had enough for the benzodiazepines. Now, when did Michael kick the habit that he was a drug addict? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know when he kicked the habit. I have no idea. Did he wait until after he faked his death because he couldn't, go through it? Did he do it in Bahrain? I don't know. I don't know. But Dr. A.J. Farshian, aka Jack Crooner, who is not Michael Jackson, he testified, or he stated, that there was some kind of implant that they can, Narcan or something, that they can put under your skin that can take away the cravings for certain opioid drugs. And I believe that was Dr. A.J. Farshian who did that for Michael. Okay, you guys can look that up, and I'll look it up and double check too. All right. Let's see. That's one. Let's see what I got. I got more notes. Oh, Paul Gungaware and AEG. Okay, now it might look like AEG is big old liars, right? I don't remember the email. I don't remember the email, right? I sat next to Paul Gungaware in the courtroom. Okay, he was cool. Told me he liked my hair. And he was going, I don't remember writing this email. Well, the fans showed me that you can do fake emails easy, because they said my email from Michael Jackson at michaeljackson.com, which later on the estate started using Michael Jackson at fans.michaeljackson.com. They just added the fans because Michael didn't want to make it 100%. He got to have a little one off, right? He started doing that on Valentine's Day. Thanks, Michael. Thank you, Michael. So anyway, I'm wondering if somebody sent some fake emails to to AEG, because Paul looked shocked. Okay, so fake emails do exist, and they can exist, and they can be sent. Okay, now Paul Gungaware, he worked for Elvis, the Colonel, at the time of Elvis's death. Did Elvis die? I don't know. I'm not an Elvis. I study Elvis when I'm studying Michael Jackson. I have not taken Elvis and studied him on his own. I have just studied Elvis in relations to Michael Jackson. Okay? But Paul Gungaware, he worked for Elvis at the time of Elvis's death announcement. I'm just saying. Okay. Let's see. Oh, they talked about Michael being broke and how much he was under pressure. And AEG had the money from This Is It. It was in all those ticket sales for 50 shows. I think it was $80-something million. AEG had that money. They collected the money. Okay? And that's how Michael spent 30-something million on This Is It rehearsals, because they always knew it was a movie, because there was a movie deal in the contract. And Michael got 90% of the movie proceeds, because the owner of AEG, which is Schutz. How come I can't remember his name? Philip Schutz. That's his name, Philip Schutz. He's the owner. The other ones were the co-CEOs. Okay, Randy Phillips and Paul Gungaware were co-CEOs of AEG Live. The whole AEG is Andrew Schutz. He owns it. He owned more movie theaters than anyone else in the whole wide world at that time. Just saying. This Is It was always supposed to be a movie. Okay, that's why Michael kind of looked good, and he was paying. He paid Karen $60,000 to do his hair. What? Why that much for rehearsals? Because it was always going to be a movie. Okay, and it was always going to be in Philip and Schultz theaters, and LA Live was where they had the premiere, which was a part of AEG's properties. I'm just saying, okay. Michael wasn't broke at that time. TMZ, you don't know what I know. You don't know as much as I know. You should call me next time, okay? Anyway, Ramon, Michael's ex-manager, ex-publicist, sued Michael the day before my birthday, May 5th. I got the original paperwork because Linda, the Maps lady, when they refused to accept it, kicked it out in the street, and Linda took it, and I got it. The actual paperwork. But they got served anyway. Okay, they got served anyway. All right? You know, because once it's thrown out, it becomes whoever's property. If somebody throws something out, it's considered abandoned. That's why I was saying about trash. If you throw out trash legally, you have police can go through it without a search warrant because you've tossed it out, you've thrown it away. And that's what happened with that paperwork. And that's how Linda, she found it. She was like, what? It's on the street. And in that, Ramon talked about Michael refinancing everything and having $40-something million. We never found it. Never found the $43 million. Okay? Because Michael took that with him. Which is all legal. It's his money. It's all legal. But that money was never recovered. That's what Michael's living off of. Okay? Because he can't take money from the estate because there's accounting for that. Okay? So Michael, how much you got left, baby? How much money you got left? It's been 13 years. You know, you still got to have at least 30 million left. You didn't go through, you know, because he had more money from, I think it was 10 million. 5 million went to Catherine, and I think another 5 million from Sony with the Sony Thriller 25. Okay? So Michael had about $50 million. Watch my Alive Docu-series. I have it in there. I'm showing you the documents and everything. Okay? I'm scared because, Randy Phillips said right before the This Is It announcement, Michael was drunk and high, and he was scared and all self-loathing because he was scared. He knew that was his greatest milestone, right? Greatest milestone. And he was faking his death because he meant to do it during Invincible. But the next day after they filmed the 30th anniversary, there was a terrorist attack, so Michael couldn't do it. So then he postponed it to June 25th, and the reason for that is because the middle day of his life was the Pepsi burn, the burn that happened while filming the Pepsi commercial. TMZ just don't know, okay? Let's see, the drugged, Michael, make sure you go. The best show ever. Go. Everything done. A few days after that was released was the opening of Michael Jackson's Circus Soleil show, the Immortal show, where Michael Jackson lives on was the phrase. I'm just telling you guys, I don't make this stuff happen, okay? TMZ were showing an act while Michael was on stage as if that was real. That was not a real act. That was a part of the act. Okay, so they're acting like Michael was falling when he had the white on, and when later on he puts on the helmet and he, you know, gets in this little motorized thing, but that's not Michael. That's somebody else, and they hydroplane above the crowd and all that. That's not Michael, okay? But he does a whole skit, and with that skit, TMZ used that footage as if Michael was really sick on stage and laying down. That's not true. That's not true. So they shouldn't have manipulated like that. If they had a little disclaimer or something on the bottom, my bad. But you know, I can't write and see everything at the same time. I'm gonna have to. I don't think I want to watch it again. Unless I have to. I don't think I want to watch it again. It's hard for me to watch stuff like that when I know the facts. Michael, they said Michael was missing rehearsals. He was missing rehearsal. He was tired because he was preparing for the death hoax. He was busy finishing up songs for the Michael album. Per his guitarist, they were working on Best of Joy in Hollywood Tonight, and I don't know everything. Just found out through Lavelle Smith Jr., who just did an interview. Lavelle said in Las Vegas in 2008, Michael was working on This Is It. Well, I've learned with the Tome case, because I get my butt up and I go to the courtrooms, okay? At the Tome case, Ramon had started talking with Michael about this concert. So it didn't just happen January when he signed the AEG contract for 30-something shows, not 10, signed the contract for over 30 shows. Okay, then it moved to 50, but Michael was never going to do the shows, like Leonard Rowe said. Leonard Rowe said in his book, Michael act like he ain't never going to do them shows, because he wasn't. He was going to fake his death. That's why we have the Grim Reaper cape on June 24th, and in Grim Reaper, mean death is near, on the day before. Michael's walking around the corridors of the Staples Center in the Grim Reaper cape. And Catherine's attorney's the one that released that video during her trial against AEG that she lost, which was she was meant to lose. Okay, she was meant to lose so that AEG is exonerated for any of Michael's shenanigans with this death hoax. Okay, and they made Michael look out the worst drug addict ever, and that's just totally just exaggerated. It's just cut and produced in such a way. Okay. Now, oh gosh, what was I saying? Oh, Michael with the rehearsals. Okay. He was rehearsing for This Is It. Okay, what was I saying, guys? Oh my God. Somebody tell me where I was at. Oh my gosh, where was I at? I was talking about something and I lost my train of thought. Oh, it's just so much in my head. Oh gosh, who's paying attention? Come on, guys, help me out. What was I saying? This is it. Oh gosh, I don't remember what I was saying. Okay, well, you guys try to remind me. The last day, the 24th. Got it. Okay. So on the 24th, Michael shows up with the Grim Reaper cape. Okay. Grim Reaper, and also from Remember the Time, right? I'm going to disappear, right? Grim Reaper, death is near, and I'm going to disappear. Remember the Time, right? Then he did all Thriller, right? He did all the stuff for the Thriller. What's Thriller? The Living Dead, right? Thriller's the Living Dead. All the symbolisms to the word, to zombies. Oh yeah, Carrie mentioned the word zombie. Carrie mentioned zombie. Okay. But anyway, so yeah, the word zombie was in the TMZ documentary. Yeah. So they did Grim Reaper cape, Thriller, right? Ghosts, zombies, werewolves, mummies, right? And they did Earth Song, right? Earth Song, What If I Live Again, What If I Die Again, right? The videos about the dead reversing back to the living. And then they did, that was Michael's last performance before he left, okay? Was Earth Song. He meant to come back. But Ed Winter, since he lied and didn't check and verify that dead body was Michael's, okay? He's the one that prevented Michael from coming back, because he was the one that was supposed to discover that body was not Michael's, right? So when they did, and Earth Song is the videos about the dead coming back to the life. And then they did Heal the World. Michael said, this is it. It's the final this is it, the final that. And then he told Randy Phillips, thanks for taking me this far. I got it from here. And then he told Kenny Ortega that night, the illusion starts tomorrow, where Michael's supposed to disappear from a bed. Hey, TMZ don't know what they talking about. They missing a whole bunch of stuff. They missing Michael Jackson, the genius entertainer. That's what they're not taking into consideration. The genius entertainer born to entertain. Okay? They did not find propofol in the... Oh, Conrad Murray said, oh, they didn't find propofol in the brain. But your YouTube video said you never got the results of the brain analysis, Conrad Murray. Now he's going to say in this that propofol never got to the brain when Michael told you to cover that one up. Okay, because there's no propofol in the brain. Because the propofol was injected after death per the propofol expert, Dr. Schaefer. Okay, because it's part of the cryonics freezing. Okay? So now it didn't reach the brain because it couldn't reach the brain because it was injected into an already dead body. Talking about, oh, it didn't have enough time to travel. Dr. Murray, you know, you suffered from the deal you made with Michael. Okay? And then, let's see. Yeah, the last quote. They were asking, who killed Michael Jackson? Who killed Michael Jackson? Conrad Murray told the truth. He said Michael Jackson killed Michael Jackson. And he's telling the truth on that one. All right, guys. Those are all my notes for the documentary. Oh, I think I have some more notes. Hold on. Lavelle Smith Jr., I told you guys about him. He said he will always say Michael is. He said, sometimes I say Michael is, and so I just say he is. I'm always going to say he is, which he was saying about the present tense in this interview he did with this guy named Red Jackson. I think I put a link. Let's see. He stated, 2008. Let's see. And Michael, Prince Michael, which is not his son, but a guy named Michael Prince, who was an engineer for Michael, he knows Michael was working on all them songs for the posthumous release. You know, come on. There's a picture of me and you, Michael Prince. There's a picture of us. Let me see if I can find it real quick. There's a picture of me and Michael Prince. Michael Prince. Pearl Jr. Okay, let's see photo. Let's see if I can find it. Me and Michael Prince. Let's see. It's looking. Let's see. I saw him go into Carrollwood. I saw him in his black Mercedes. I seen you go in there. Okay. Oh, I don't have it. I don't have the picture. Pearl Jr. and Michael Prince. It's not coming up. Let me just take Pearl Jr. Let's just see. Pearl Jr. Michael Prince. I saw him and I was like, dang, who is that? Who's that going into? And I did not see Conrad Murray, and neither did Linda the Maps lady, did not see Conrad Murray's car, because when I saw Conrad Murray, the dark gray, the gray BMW, which was in his sister's name, I saw that come out of Carrollwood midday on the 24th, because I was there the day before. And that's when the fans said, you know, a doctor's spending the night. I was like, a doctor's spending the night. And then I thought, oh, well, then he'll because I had heard that he wasn't feeling well. And that, you know, people were worried about him, right? Because Michael was acting, right? And acting sicker than he was, acting stupider than he was, acting like he was out of it more than he was. Oh, and one thing I learned, Teddy Riley did say that Michael liked it to be warm. Well, me and you get along well, Michael, because I like the heat too. I like a warm, heated house. Okay? I'm looking for the picture. Let's see. Oh, I look so cute here. Oh, I'm skinny. Okay, let's see. Here's an event. I'll just show you the picture I was talking about. Okay. Right here. See, look how thin I was then. Tom Mesereau invited me to that event, and that's when I talked to Sheriff Baca about Murray being in jail. And about Murray being in jail, and he said, oh, something, but he was kind of thrown off because Baca, you know, he got indicted and convicted of corruption, that you couldn't trust what he was doing, right? Catherine said under oath at the Catherine versus AEG trial that she had no proof that Conrad Murray was in jail. And I was like, girl, me neither, because I tried. Me and Peter Michael Bobby, we sent an email, and I got it sent right back, instantly rejected within a second, 2 seconds. Okay? They didn't see Conrad Murray come out of jail. You know, they didn't see Conrad Murray come out of jail. So Conrad Murray said he was in jail. And then the interviews he did, how come the interviews that, oh, and Harvey's chair looked like my chair in Alive 3. Harvey chair looked like my chair. right? So, oh, dang, did I lose my train of thought? Oh, Lenny Dykstra. Oh, I gotta do something, because Lenny Dykstra, he was the one that said that it was on TMZ that he was in jail with Conrad Murray, right? And then I read the book about him being in jail, and he didn't mention Conrad Murray at all. So do I have any proof that Conrad Murray was in jail? Catherine says she didn't have no proof he was in jail. I tried to see if Conrad Murray was in jail. The press was waiting the day he got released, didn't get him coming out of jail, but down the street at the In-N-Out Burger. And then the what's it called is saying a girl with the dragon tattoo, his baby mama. Okay, let me see. Where's the picture of me and Michael Prince? I'm still looking for it, guys. Here's a picture of me and John Bronco. You want to see that one? Yeah, I don't know where that picture is of me and Michael Prince. It's somewhere. I'll have to find it. You want to see me and Bronco? Where's me and Bronco? Me and John Bronco. Okay, there's me and John Bronco. Oops, I accidentally turned on the flash. I'm sorry. There it is. There's me and John Bronco at the Fan Fest in Las Vegas. And me and John Bronco have had several conversations when I was covering the IRS case. We would talk like almost every time I was there, you know, so we know each other, you know. He ain't mad at me. Okay, so, you know, because I've never been against him at all. All right, let's see. Yeah, I don't know. There's a picture of me and Michael Prince somewhere. All right, so let's see. Oh, Ketanji, the Supreme Court Justice. Oh my God, she is a fan, a Michael fan. She took a picture with Miles, who plays Michael in MJ the Musical. Oh, that is so sweet. We got, oh, I'm so glad. She probably, you know, every little black girl's dream is to be with Michael Jackson. Ketanji Jackson. Hold on. Jackson, Supreme Court. Oh, let me see. And there's a picture of her at MJ Music. Ketanji is her name. Ketanji. Ketanji is her name. MJ the Musical. Let's see if I can find the photo. Oh, here it is right here. Here it is right here. So we got Supreme Court Justice, who's a Michael fan. And there she is with Miles Frost. Hey, girl. She went and saw it. Everybody's going to see it because it's a fantastic play. It's fabulous. TMZ did not get into the TMZ did not get into the child molestation. They decided not to even go there. Let's see. All right. I think that's it, guys. I think that's it. I think I went over everything. If you have any questions, send them to me. I haven't eaten dinner yet. So, should I go to bed without dinner? No, then your stomach and you just... I'm gonna eat dinner. Anyway, guys, don't lose hope. You know, just because they're more powerful than I am, but we know the other side of the story. So Alive 5, the other side of the story? Nah, I don't know. I got to talk Cecil into it, into doing Alive 5, and I don't know when I'll be able to do that. All right, guys, let's see. Any questions? I can't, it's not moving. It's not moving. It's not moving. All right, I'll try to answer your questions, you know, which I usually respond if you guys need a response in there. So good night, everyone, and keep Michaeling and keep the faith. Night.